Business associations are worried that companies continue to underestimate the scope of Britain's exit from the EU. But before I get started, because it really goes so well with my video topics, I accepted sponsorship for my videos for the first time this weekend, namely for the Brexit Biscuits. They are baked in the heart of Lancashire to traditional methods. Brexit Biscuits split 42 to 48, just like the country. And they're really up for details because here on the top you even can see they put it on the side of that biscuit. The biscuits come wrapped in Article 50, which must be ripped apart to reveal the treats within. So some of you might see this as a sign. They are devised by four brothers who are divided by Brexit, but now united by biscuits. They hope, by the way, that Boris and Barnier will break a biggie together, but right now, of course, 2 meters apart. I really love this tin. Caricatures and satire are great, and here they also have them about my channel topic Brexit. They are funny caricatures of all the main actors on the four sides of the tin, and even Angela Merkel is here. As a German, I really waited for that one. They had an eye for so many details, like on the biscuits with a UK and EU flag, and here on this one, as I said, even with the referendum result. And that's the worst part for me, they taste great. The Brexit biscuit is an ideal gift this Christmas, especially for those friends and family members you can't be with because of the lockdown. And I'll definitely get some more of them. For those of you in the UK, you're more fortunate than me, you have free delivery. And the Brexit biscuit and their political merchandise can be found on their website. I added the link in my video description and in my pinned comment. But now let's continue with the topic of the video. In the next few days it will be decided whether the EU's economic relations with Great Britain after the final Brexit on January 1st are based on a trade agreement or not. The last possible date for the conclusion of the ongoing talks is unofficially November 16th, as a negotiated solution would still require parliamentary approval. It is not only the German economy that's closely following the future of the relationship with the 7th largest trading partner of the Federal Republic of Germany. It is clear that it is changing radically. It would be a dangerous illusion to assume that all problems would vanish into thin air with the conclusion of a trade agreement, warns Joachim Lang, General Manager of the Federation of German Industries, the BDI. With or without an agreement, fundamental changes would result from leaving the internal market and customs union, as Michael Roth from the Social Democratic Party, the SPD, the European Minister of State in the Foreign Office, reported to the Bundestag. For the companies, increasing workload is to be expected in any case. This is how the European political spokesman for the Union Parliamentary Group, Florian Hahn from the Christian Social Union, sees it. In addition to many legal changes, many companies face additional administrative work. In future, all goods that are not destined for Northern Ireland will have to go through customs. Out of consideration for peaceful coexistence on the island, the same economic rules continue to apply there as in the EU member state, Ireland. Anyone wishing to trade with England, Scotland and Wales must apply for a so-called EORI number from the customs authorities. They also advise checking British permits for the storage or further processing of important products. On the German side, the federal government has also hired 900 customs officers. Customs officers that are foreseeable affected as supported by other departments via a Brexit pool. Trade with Britain becomes more expensive and slower. Border formalities will take significantly longer in the future, and just-in-time production like this will no longer be possible, said BDI representative Lang. Many companies have already adjusted to this because circulars and checklists have been distributed by the EU Commission, the federal government, customs, trade associations and chambers for months now. The big concern, however, is that what is coming is still underestimated and reduced to long truck jams at the border. 3/4 of our companies feel well prepared for a Brexit on January 1st, reports Lang. However, the interlinking of the German and British economies is so extensive that companies still have to adapt to many imponderables. He cites an example with potentially far-reaching consequences. Less than 2 months before the exit from the internal market and the customs union, it is completely unclear whether data from Germany companies must be retrieved from British servers because other data protection rules apply there. The background is that the EU Commission is still reluctant to determine the so-called adequacy of British data protection regulations. If it stays that way, German companies could also be forced to look for other IT service providers for the data. In the service sector in particular, which has also become increasingly important for mechanical engineering in recent years, according to the BDI managing director, there are still important questions unanswered. Whether, for example, machines can be sold together with the associated service as before, and whether long-term employee segments will continue to work. CSU Man Hahn is still optimistic. It will still require a lot of effort and flexibility, but I am convinced that we will master this challenge together. His European colleague Franziska Brandner from the Greens, on the other hand, sees the state of preparation as negligent. She demands from the federal government and the Commission not only clear announcements about quotas and tariffs in certain sectors and more customs officers, but also more general precautionary measures so that we do not have to enter into a deal at any price and leave our companies and consumers in the lurch. And if you now want to know more about European or global politics, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you on the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!